for the second show today because my son and I did an experimental show this morning. We were testing out some equipment, so I thought I'd throw a show on there. So if you missed it, go back and check. We were on earlier talking about zucchini and lots of tea and my soap deal, which I'll tell you about my soap deal again. All right, I am Tara from livingonadime.com, and welcome all my YouTube and Facebook friends. I think I should start saying, hello, friends. How does that sound? Does that sound perky?
Sure.
Hello, friends. So today I am making, what am I making today?
You're making delicious homemade refrigerator garlic pickles.
Well, thank you, dear. Man, you announced that well.
That's because I love them and I'm looking forward to eating them when they're...
So my friend, we went to get together for our Sunday school class, and my friend has a garden, and she gathered all these little cucumbers for pickles. All of these. Tons. I've got 2 full bags here. And she asked me if I wanted some, and I was like, yeah, I want some. And she even cut off all the ends. Now, she said that when you cut off the blossom end, it keeps the pickles from getting mushy. Now, I've never heard that before, but I'm going to give it a try, although mine don't usually get too mushy. But today we're making refrigerator pickles, and then we're going to do a $5 dinner. Yes, just $5. Hot ham and cheese sandwiches, and that's what we are having for dinner tonight. So, to start, this recipe, if you have it, is in Dining on a Dime Cookbook on page 172 right there. I told everyone earlier that I found an extra box of books. I thought we had totally run out, so on the website it does say we're out. I think we have about 10 copies left from the orders from the earlier show, so I will ship until I run out of books, and then after that it's going to be October 1st. So you may or may not get it. It just depends on if I run out, but we are giving away a free Menus on a Dime to everyone, even in October. So let's get started. Easy refrigerator pickles. Now, you can use cucumbers like this, or you can use the little baby cucumbers like this. And they do have a pickling cucumber that you could buy that you can buy seeds for that are little like this.
Where do you buy them? Because Ping is asking.
I don't buy the cucumber seeds.
Oh no, she just says love pickles, just don't know where to buy small cucumbers.
Oh, I don't buy them. I actually just grow them, or like this time I didn't grow cucumbers, so I got them from my friend. If you want to buy some, probably a farmer's market would have them. I have not seen them in grocery stores. But you can take regular cucumbers, and this is a homegrown one, but you can take regular store-bought cucumbers and just cut it up also. Hey, thank you for the thumbs up, guys. So when you do a thumbs up, that tells Facebook that you like us, and then it shows it to more people, and that really helps us out. So thank you for giving us a thumbs up, and the little hearts and the little smiley faces and whatever else they have on there. I don't know what else they have on there. So you can use a regular store cucumber. It does not have to be the little ones. I just got this from my friend. So normally you would put 4-pint jars, but I don't have 4-pint jars. I only have the large quart. So I'm doing this in the large quart jars.
How many pints is the large quart?
So I thought a pint, yeah. So this is 2 pints here, so 4 cups. I think I'm right. If I'm right, give me a thumbs up because my brain just left me, and I'm pretty sure that's right. So this would be 2 pints. So either 4 pint jars or 2 quart jars. Normally you would use fresh dill. I don't have any fresh dill, so I am using dried dill. And normally you would put 2 heads of dill for each pint. So I would put 4 heads of dill in each of these, but I don't have any. So and I like ours really dilly, so I'm going to put a full, probably 1.5 teaspoons, maybe a little more for good measure, of dill. So we got our dill in there. Then we're going to use garlic. And normally you would put 1 clove of garlic in each pint, but of course I'm doubling. So there we go, there we go. And just a quick little tip here in case you didn't know this. Here, let me get all my stuff out of the way. Let me show you a trick for garlic really quick here. If you have your garlic head and you see how that paper is just kind of stuck on there, if you take your knife, whoa, it's wet, sorry, and you push down, it flattens it, but it loosens the, what is this called? What do you call the garlic papers?
I'd call it garlic skin.
Garlic skin, I guess. Yeah, garlic skin, I guess. And then you can just cut off the end, and then you have an easy way to peel a garlic clove. And since Mike loves garlic, we'll just throw that one in there too. Okay. So then we add 2 tablespoons of pickling spice. And you can just get this at your grocery store. Let me show you what it looks like. There. Boop-dee-doo. So this is what pickling spice looks like. Sorry, the pickling spice dust got to me.
Let me smell it. Just kidding.
We'll all be choking. Okay, I poured that out of the bag too fast. Holy cow. Oh my. Okay, I'm recovered. So then...
This isn't actually canning, is it?
Well, that's real delicate. Sorry. The dust got to me. This is not actual canning. This is refrigerator pickles, so you don't have to can. I hate canning personally. It's too hot. For 69 cents, I can go down the store and buy a can of peaches. Why should I stand over a hot stove is my theory. I totally get if you enjoy canning. Like I said, my friend that gave me these, she likes to can. That's fine. Go for it. But I personally don't. So these are refrigerator pickles. So we are putting 4 tablespoons of pickling spice in each of mine. So if you were doing 4 pint jars, you would do 2 in each one. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you're loving it. Sorry.
Cheryl says, okay. I agree. I think that means about pickling.
About canning? Yeah, I hate canning. To me, why stand over a hot stove? But I totally get that some people like that. Okay. I'm trying to recover from my pickling spice up my nose. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I need a drink.
Careful, it's not fun.
Thank you. Okay, just a little tip there. Don't pour your pickling spice too fast out of the jar because the dust will choke you.
While you're live.
While you're live on Facebook. Okay. Now, these are hot pickles. These are spicy. So I took a jalapeno that I grew in my garden, and I cut it up into little pieces, and I'm putting a couple of pieces in each jar. And if you don't want it hot, you do not have to put the jalapeno in there, but we like spicy pickles. Then you pack your cucumbers into the jar. Now I think I'm going to cut these. These are pretty big pickles. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to cut these a little bit smaller. I don't know. I may regret that, but I got a ton here, so I could do a couple of different ways. Do we have any questions, Mike, while I'm cutting up my cucumbers?
Bonsai says, love sour dill hamburger pickles. A lot of people are enraptured on YouTube, just listening and not asking very many questions. When you look on...
Wow, I'm enrapturing, dear.
Yes. Gloria says, I use a garlic press much easier. Minced garlic comes out of the press and the skin stays in and can be lifted out.
It is, but a garlic press is a lot easier, but then I had to clean the garlic press and I was like, forget it. I'm tired of cleaning it, so I just stopped.
Lots of loves and likes. Gloria says, also says, hello from Illinois, where we're having a beautiful day, sunshine and low humidity, thank goodness.
Oh, hello. So we had thought about moving to a place where we could pay our house off and be debt-free, totally. But all the places that we'd have to move to would be high humidity, and quite frankly, I don't know that I'm willing to give up the dryness for cheap housing at this point. I lived in Kansas way too many years with the heat and humidity that yeah. Okay, so pack them in there. Go ahead.
Pina says, what is the difference in the process? I think that means between canning and refrigerator pickles.
So
she says something about something we want to can. This way I can make some in store as opposed to prepping every time.
So the difference between refrigerator pickles and canning pickles is that these, you put them in the refrigerator and you let them sit for at least 2 weeks and then go from there as long as you want. I mean, well, not as long as you want, but, you know, they'll last a good couple of months in the fridge. And you don't have to get the canner out and you don't have to can and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it. You just aren't canning anything.
Oops, somebody was asking about posting a recipe, and I will do that.
Oh, yes, Mike will post the recipe for you. Sorry, guys.
Amber Lynn says, do you have to leave the skin on? I think that
No, you don't, but these are baby pickles, so the skin is very, what do you call it, very thin, and so that's why I'm leaving them on there.
Leanne says, sorry you got choked up, but it was totally entertaining.
Yeah, sorry, my nose still hasn't recovered, and I'm sitting here hoping I can make it through the show, because I'm like, ugh. Because, you know, heaven forbid I touch my nose while I'm kicking, because that would just freak everyone out. How insanitary.
Tamara says, watched you earlier today.
Thank you for watching earlier today. I don't know, so I'm thinking about seeing if we can get on with just my son and I, and then as soon as Facebook Live allows us to have Mom on, maybe do that during the day so Mike can get all the behind the scenes work done and we can do more shows. Because I know there's people in England and Australia and all those places who like to watch us, but if we do it this time of day, it's the middle of the night over there in some of those places, so.
Heidi says you can't leave Colorado, you have to stay here.
Yeah, Heidi. That's why Heidi needs to find me a cheap house. She's my friend from church who came screaming at me like a month ago out the door at church, and I was standing by these big windows loading my car from VBS, and she came screaming out, I'm watching you, and I'm like, what in the world did I do? Did I load the car wrong? And she meant she didn't know that I went to their church, and so she was watching me live on Facebook, and she didn't know that it was me. So there's kind of a funny little story there. Okay, next, just to note, we're doing a video with you and Ellie afterwards. What? Sorry, I had to catch my son while he was here. Well, okay. Then, let's see. Okay, so pack your cucumbers into your jars and pack them tight, as tight as you can. See, I kind of pushed them down on the sides there and all that. See, they're pretty packed pretty tightly. Okay, so then you want to bring so in here, in my pot, I have some sort of white substance. I have vinegar. I couldn't remember if I poured my vinegar or water in here. Sorry. So I have, is this on? Oh, no, I'm not plugged in. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, your crew failed you. By the way, Kathy says a word to the wise: don't ever cut jalapenos and then pick your nose.
Oh, no kidding. Or rub your eyes. Oh, man, I have rubbed my eyes with jalapeno, and it is not a pleasant experience at all. So in here, I'm going to bring to a boil my water. Whoops. My vinegar, which is already in the pot. My water. Do I need to come forward? Oops, oh dear. There's my water. And then my salt. Ta-da. Oh, brother, as usual, I forgot something to stir with. Okay, so I have this knife here that I'm stirring with because I forgot a spoon because I'm not organized to save my life. Let's see, a silver one. Or are they in the dishwasher? That'll work. Thank you. Poor Mike, he has to be a jack of all trades when I'm doing this. And okay, so I'm bringing this to boil, yes.
Shayla says hello, big sister.
Oh, hello. So I think that's my brother, actually, using his wife's Facebook page. Hello, baby brother. I'll try not to humiliate you today. My brother informed me that we're humiliating him by telling stories about him. So
if you want crazy stories about him, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, if you want more crazy stories, give us a thumbs up. I got some good ones. Yeah, like how he knocked out my front teeth permanently. Little turkey. We were fighting over this notary thing. Back and forth and back and forth. And he let go, and I whacked my teeth and knocked out my front teeth. Yeah, my brother did that. Okay, so here's a little trick while we're waiting for the pickles to get, waiting for our brine to get boiling. If you have leftover pickle juice, a lot of people don't know this, but if you have leftover pickle juice, yeah, I'll tell more stories. Thanks for the thumbs up. You can take, and after all your pickles are gone, these are almost done, but not quite, you can cut up a cucumber, or you can do like, oh, what else? Peppers, onions, and dill those in here. And all you do is just cut them up and put them in here and let them sit for, I don't know, a few days to a week. And then they will get pickly again without having to can them. And so that's a good way to use that up. A lot of times we'll have, like, this is a specialty pickle that I got at Costco. We don't go there much, but we wanted to try it, and it's a specialty spicy one. So I'm going to take and put some extra, put some cucumbers in here after these are gone, and go ahead and get them briny. And you can also, so can you see the size of those pickle chips? See that? There. Oops, I'm too high. Okay. So what you can do is on your pickles, when your cucumbers are about this size, you can cut them into those pickle chip sizes, like that. Okay? And so that will get them smaller if you want them smaller. Okay.
And how long do you leave them in the jar? In the brine, in one jar?
Oh, I leave them about a week, and then they start getting all pickly again. And then I do that. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my stuff to get in here, I'm going to do another jar here, just because I know I would have tons and tons of pickles. So do we have any other questions, Mike?
Oops. Oh, Heidi says just made your zucchini cake. Awesome recipe.
Oh, man, that's silly. Pickle spice.
You did the pickling spice again?
Yeah.
You need a pickle spice grip. Whose job is just to handle the pickle spice for you.
I do. I need something. Okay. Sorry. Heidi said what?
She said she made your zucchini cake.
Oh, yes, my zucchini cake. So I have zucchini cake here in Dining on a Dime. Oh, brother. Okay, I did not cough in my hands. Sorry, guys.
Kennedy says your hair is cute.
Thank you. I went swimming between shows today and picking up the boys, and I didn't feel like curling it, so my zucchini cake is on page 240 of dining, right here. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Page 240. Zucchini cake, super simple. Does not use milk, but it does use eggs because the zucchini is really moist, so that helps. Now, this is almost to a boil, and while it is, let me say, in the show earlier, I was showing how I have all these little samples of soaps. So what I'm doing is I'm offering a special $20 sale of my samples. $20 worth is about what I can pack into a flat rate mailer, plus maybe 1 bar or so. And so if you're interested in this, I have about 10 of these that I can offer, and I think I've already sold 4 or 5. So if you want these, I have enough soap to offer about 10 of them, but I just need to get my soap cleared out because I have all these samples, and everybody's wanting me to make Christmas soap, and so if I do, I'm going to need to get that cleared out, so that's what I'm doing. Okay.
Donna asked, what kind of salt do you use?
Non-iodized regular salt, or you can use pickling salt if you would like. It doesn't matter, just you don't need the, it just needs to be non-iodized.
And Karen says we used to make these years ago, called them half dill pickles, and we would put fresh dill in the jar. She says, I don't think we used pickling spice, but they were so good.
Yes, fresh dill is really, really good. I just happen to not have any, and I just forgot to put that in for this one.
Crystal asks, can I do them without salt? Her husband can't have salt.
No, not really, because the salt is what preserves them. But I don't know how much salt is actually absorbed because, you know, there's so much left in the brine, so I can't imagine. I don't know.
Ginny from New Jersey says, my Italian...
Hello, sister-in-law Ginny.
She says, my Italian father and grandmother used to make pickled tomatoes. They were delicious.
Pickled tomatoes? Oh my, I have never heard of that. Okay, now I may have to look at a recipe and see. Okay, so my brine is almost to a boil here. We are at high altitude, that's why it takes so long. Sorry for the delay, that's why I'm doing up another. So see how I'm packing that in there? So we can do the smaller ones. And you actually get more per jar if you slice them up. But I like the taste of bigger pickles. So, okay. So we're almost done.
Says they used to make pickled green tomatoes.
Pickled green tomatoes?
Yeah, and Karen says pickled beets.
Yeah, I've heard of, I love pickled beets myself. I love pickled beets, but I've never heard of pickled green tomatoes. I've heard of pickled eggs, and stuff like that, but.
And your brother says he's the only one in the world that can claim you as a sister, and he likes you on Facebook or online because he can turn you off.
Oh, thanks a lot. Did you guys hear the insult my brother hurled at me? Am I the only one who has a brother who insults them? He loves me. He knows he does. He's just hoping I don't die because then he gets my 5 kids. Although he's thankful because 3 of them are teenagers and moving out soon. Okay, so now I'm pouring my brine over my pickles, and I lost my page here. Just a second. Let me make sure I didn't miss a step. I'm feeling like I missed a step. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't. Okay, so just pour it over your pickles, and you want your pickles to be totally covered. Ta-da!
Oops.
And I will say I didn't use it, but what I'll do is I'll put it over here for this one. Because Widemouth Jars. Okay, so if you have a choice, Mike's going to put an affiliate link up there for the Widemouth Jars. Now, we do get a small commission if you order from them. Of course, you don't have to, and you are not charged extra. It just gives us a little boost if we sell products on Amazon. But the Widemouth Jars are a lot easier to fill. You saw I just dumped that in there. But the smallmouth jars, if you get one of these funnels, See, with the great big, it's not a tiny funnel, with the great big
Oops, sorry.
opening.
There you go. Got it.
Can you put a link for this? Mike's going to put a link on there too. This makes it a whole lot easier to see how that just pours in there. Okay. I don't have enough left because this only makes enough brine for these two. I was just showing you on this one. And then the other trick is to use these plastic.
It's okay if the funnel is plastic, right?
Yeah. Use these plastic lids for your mason jars. Now, I love these things because they don't rust. You don't have two pieces you're flopping with all the time. And I invested in these and I love them. So, just put your lids on.
Your mom says, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And refrigerate for a couple of weeks. I would refrigerate. What did I do?
That looks good.
Oh, doesn't it
Hold
look
up so you can
delicious?
see it better.
So
Wow.
there you go. So refrigerate it for about 2 weeks. You could really dig in about 10 days if you just really had to. But 2 weeks, and then you can just keep it in the refrigerator. Now I do shake it up and get everything kind of mixed up a little bit so that it's all kind of all over the place, just like that. Ta-da! Now these are not sealed tight, so they will leak if you tip them over, but there you go. It does.
Oh,
My mom's. Oh, go ahead.
They're asking, how do you keep the pickles where they stay crisp?
I have no idea. Honestly. I don't know. Somebody Google it and let everybody else know because I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not a canner. So that's not my forte. BJ, can you throw me that dish towel, please?
Barb says pickle, eggs, and beet juice rocks.
Yeah.
And your mom said you could put cauliflower carrots in there too.
Yes. So we talked about that a little bit earlier, but yes, you can add cauliflower as another one you can put in there. But the carrots and green peppers and onions and all of those can be used for the pickle brine if you want like that, or you can just put it in like this. Okay, so we got our pickles done here. I'm getting everything out of the shot so it's not so hard. And here's my 2 jars of pickles.
Oops, hold on.
And because I have so many pickles, I'm probably going to make 5 or 6 more. I got to go get more pickling spice if I don't choke to death. Good grief. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, if you're wanting my $20 soap sample deal, email me at editor@livingonadime.com and I will send you an invoice for it. Yes.
Oh, somebody had asked about the soaps, and I forgot that they were the special ones. So yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Yes. So now I'm going to show you what we're having for dinner tonight real quick.
Do you want me to see if there are any other questions?
Yeah, let me see if there's questions on the pickles while I'm getting this warmed up.
Rain Country Homestead said, I've tried making pickles with homemade vinegar, but it doesn't work as well because it doesn't have high enough acidity for keeping them crunchy.
Yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't mess with homemade vinegar. That would be too much work for me, but I could see, yeah, how that would not work.
They're saying they look really good.
Thank you.
Pickles, good ones. Don't blame me for eating them in 2 days.
Yes. Well, I would wait like 10 days if you can because it's better. So for hot ham and cheese, any other?
I'm still looking. Let's see.
Okay. This is basically a glorified grilled cheese while Mike is looking for the questions here.
Harp thinks you're trashing Kansas. She says, I just wish you would trash Kansas as much as you have. Lived in Wichita for years. It's horribly windy and dry, like many other states. I now live in Lawrence, and it's gorgeous.
Well, we lived in Manhattan, and it was better than Wichita, but it was only, I would say, gorgeous about, 2 weeks in the spring and 2 weeks in the
Wichita
fall.
there were lots of great people there, and it was easy to get around, but the weather was terrible.
People are great. We loved that you could get around easy. people are super, but the heat and humidity, and in the winter, the ice and humidity is just not worth it.
Carlene said my mother made pickled green tomatoes, and Barbara says they have in here catfish pickled green tomatoes. Oh,
Ew.
lots of thumbs up.
Okay, catfish pickled green tomatoes. Sorry, that just sounds very strange to me.
Derlise says, do you use alum?
Not in my pickles, I don't. Some people do, but I don't. Then for the hot ham and cheese, I buttered one side of my bread and I put my cheese down, and now I'm putting my ham, and then I'm putting my other bread. And this is it. This is all you do. And then you just toast it. Now I'm using butter. I don't recommend butter. Margarine is a lot better because it doesn't burn as easily. And butter can burn really super easy, so you need to be careful with that. Okay, any other questions while our hot ham and cheese is cooking?
Do you have a recipe for pickled, dull, or sweet carrots?
I don't, but, well, do I?
Oh, she says dill, sorry.
I have dilled onions in dining on page 170 right there. See the dilled onions?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why you couldn't use carrots in place of it, because all it is sugar, salt, dill, vinegar, water, and onions. So I'm sure you could just exchange the carrots with the onions, yeah. And what I would do is probably pre-cook your carrots in salt water for just a few minutes first before doing that.
Cheryl says you can use, oh no, your mom says you can use lime for crisp pickles.
So Mom says if you want crisp pickles, you need to use lime in there. So there you go. I have no idea. She's the canner in the family. She hates doing it too, but she's done it. I have never canned. I freeze everything. So I guess lime is how you keep them crisp. So maybe I should go get some lime and put in these because I like crispy pickles.
You ready for more?
Oh, I'm burning. Oh dear. Ah! See, that is why I hate butter. Ah! Okay.
Distracting your attention from the sandwiches. I'll eat that one.
All right. Well, that's not the gluten-free bread.
Oh, okay.
Do you want it? Okay. So that. Oh my. Oh dear. Tara's cooking. Watch out. So that's what it's supposed to look like, and not like that. Just ignore that one, and we'll try. Oops. Oh my. Oh
Can
wow.
we use a serrated knife and kind of scrape it a little to take some of that there?
Yes. So if you burn your toast or your grilled cheese or whatever, you can take a knife, and I'll show you real quick. And so here's like a serrated knife. So you can take. So can you see what I'm doing here?
Oh, hold it up a little more.
So you can take, and I got a plate down here to catch it, but you can take and just scrape like this.
Anita's asking.
If I sing, does that make the burn go away?
Yes.
Make the burn go away.
Anita was asking how much lime do you suggest for keeping them crunchy?
Get it off of my sandwich. I have no idea. Mom, do you know how much lime you're supposed to use? I would just Google it. It depends on how big your batches you're making, I suppose. So there, you can scrape it off if it's burned. I take it you didn't appreciate my song. There, that's a little better. Ta-da!
I should look to see if there are hearts. Yes. A lot of people live in Kansas.
Okay, I don't hate Kansas. I hate the weather in Kansas.
Saying, where else can you click your heels together 3 times and go home?
This is true. And it's cheap housing. But, you know, you can go outside here in the summer and it's great. You can't do that in Kansas. In Kansas, you can go out for 2 weeks in the spring and 2 weeks in the fall, and that's it.
Everybody says the burn part is the best on it. The Darcy says burnt toast is good for stomach problems.
Okay, that's a new one. So there you go. That's hot ham and cheese. Super simple. My plate is all filled with crumbs that I scraped off, but that's what it looks like. Can you see it? Ta-da! Okay, and that's going to be our $5 dinner for tonight. I'm going to be cutting up some cucumbers and slicing those, and then I'm going to be cooking up some squash and zucchini and frying those. And then, do we have any questions, dear, before I sign off?
I think there were still a few that I missed.
Okay, can you pull the camera down so I can sit down while we're... Ugh.
Liz says she uses the smoke detector as a timer.
Yeah, I do too, quite frequently, actually. Yeah.
Well, when our oldest son was younger.
Yeah, when he was like 3, the smoke detector went off and he said, "Dinner's ready."
Let's see, what do we have here? Nora asked if we have a bread and butter pickle recipe.
Yes, I do. Bread and butter pickles is on page 172, right there. In Dining on a Dime, it's sugar, vinegar, pickling salt, turmeric, celery seed, mustard, cucumbers, and onions. So that's bread and butter pickles.
Tanya and Denise say they look good.
Thank you, guys.
Joy asked, I haven't checked, but is this in the cookbook? And you just said yes, right?
Yes, it is.
Karen says she lived in Ulysses, Kansas for several years and loved it.
I used to live in Springfield. So did Mom and David and I. Actually, part of Mom's story, probably in 2 installments, is going to be how we were living in Springfield in the country. So, yeah.
Barbara says you eat pickles with hush puppies while you're waiting on your catfish meal, and it's a great appetizer.
Okay, that's a new one. I've never heard of that before, but I could see how that would be good because I love vinegar on hush puppies, so that would be really good, tasty.
Yeah. Let's see. Your mom says your sister really cooks like this, doesn't she?
Okay, my mom and my brother are going to start being banned from Facebook for insulting my cooking.
Tracy says, I'm actually laughing so hard at this comedy of non-cooking skills.
It's quite delicious. And actually, that's why I wrote Dining on a Dime, because I couldn't cook with a hoot. Not because Mom didn't teach me, just because I didn't want to learn. And then when I got married, I realized I have to learn because we did not have the money to eat out every night. We were living on $6 an hour and paying off our $20,000 of debt on $22,000 a year. Average income is what we did. And yeah, we couldn't have done that if we would have eaten out. So I had to figure it out. So that's why I wrote the book.
Kathy says you look just like Jack and Dave with your hair pulled back like that.
I look just like the boys, huh?
Joanne was asking if you use real butter or margarine.
Okay, I used real butter this time, but I don't recommend using real butter. Margarine does not burn. Butter burns. That's why I burnt this one, because even though it was on medium, I wasn't paying super close attention, and if you don't pay super close attention, butter will burn. So I prefer margarine, but I didn't have any on hand, so I used margarine.
Wheat Tree Bonsai was asking for a link, but this is on YouTube, so we can't put the link in until afterwards.
Yeah.
Where to buy the soap.
Okay, so if you want my sampler soap, my $20 sampler soap, so I'm filling an envelope. If you're just joining us, I'm filling an envelope with all my soap samples. So they're about this size, slightly smaller, but this is average size. For $20, I'm filling an envelope, $5.95 shipping, and just email me editor@livingonadime.com. Editor, EDITOR, @livingonadime.com. This is not on my soap for sale page because I only have about 10 of them, and it wasn't worth putting a post up for that. So if you're interested, oh, this one's grapefruit. It smells so good. And this one's oatmeal and honey. And is Big Bear on there?
I haven't seen Big Bear.
Oh, okay. You can get the flat rate envelope for $20 filled with soap samples. So that's what I'm doing. And then I have ones like my blueberry here. My little blueberry one. I have that one. Smells good too. Okay.
Actually, who was it that said it? Sonia said if you use butter, you can use a tad bit of olive oil and the butter won't burn when you're frying the sandwiches.
Oh, well, there you go. So Sonia says if you want to use butter, you could... I would mix it with olive oil. I would just mix some butter with some olive oil then and see. She says it doesn't burn. I don't know, but you can try it.
Your brother says that your soap works and after 40 years you finally have a clean brother.
So my brother has really bad eczema, or eczema as we call it in Kansas. And I gave him some of the unscented. This one has oatmeal in it, but I gave him some of the unscented to try. Had to twist his arm to try it, but now that he's tried it, he's loving it. So yeah, that's one good thing about it.
Looks like that's about it. Heidi says, loved both videos today. And
Thank you.
People are saying they like their shows too.
Thank you guys for joining me. And I will probably be on making soap tomorrow during the day. I have no idea when. This is just whenever I can get my son out of bed.
Is that only on Facebook?
Yeah, only on Facebook, because I don't have all the stuff to get us on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to join me, fine.
Super Mike is here.
Unless Super Mike is here. And also on Wednesday, be sure to check YouTube. And I will make an announcement on Facebook, but be sure to check YouTube, because we are doing a review of GlassesUSA.com. And they are going to give away one of our readers $100 credit to buy glasses, which can get you 2 pairs of glasses from them, or almost 2 pairs of glasses. You might have to pay like $6 for their, I think they have a bunch for around $48. And they sent me some sample pairs, and on Wednesday, we're putting that video up, a review of them. And let's just say it's good, okay? You will want to watch it. If you have to buy glasses, this is a great way to go, a great option. Let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, and don't forget, all of our print books here are all on sale for 50% off. I got to do the ad, guys, because we got to pay the electric bill. All of our books are 50% off. When these print books are out of print, we are not reprinting them. I am not shipping anymore. I'm going to ship Dining on a Dime, and that's it. These will all be ebooks. So if you want Mom's Penny Pitching Mama, 500 Ways I Saved on $500 a month in print, this is it. Quick and easy menus and Dig Out of Debt. Thank you for letting me give my sales pitch there. And I think...
Tracy says that she thought that the soap was fudge, and Nifty Thrifty Bits wants to know when you're going to write a soap book.
I should write a soap book. We're actually getting our subscription. I shouldn't say anything. We keep having problems, but we're getting our subscription ebooks how do I describe it? Patreon. But on Patreon, we're going to put a subscription ebook. So every month, we're going to give you a ebook for $3. Mike doesn't have it done yet, hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, but that would be a great ebook idea, to write one on soap. I didn't think about it, because we are the queen of ebooks. Mom and I have 35 ebooks between us, and we probably have, oh man, probably another 30 or 40 that aren't even typeset, because we stopped writing them because we weren't getting paid for it. And so we have no end of ebooks. We could go on for days and years and years. So
just before we go, Terry asks, what's the difference between Not Just Beans and Dining on a Dime?
So Not Just Beans was the original name of Dining on a Dime. A bad name, I get it. It was supposed to mean you don't have to live on beans alone. And a publisher, yeah, it's a classic. So if you have original Not Just Beans, we only printed, did we print 2,500? There's only 2,500 out there.
Then there's 2,500 of the second edition too.
Oh yeah, so there's only 5,000 too, with 2 different covers. But the difference is, in Dining on a Dime, we added, sorry guys, just a second, let me get to it here. Okay, so we added in Dining on a Dime our cleaning scents. And this cleaning scents, we added our cleaning scents chapter. This is all of our cleaning recipes, cleaning tips, how to do it quick and easy, all of our homemade cleaners, how to make homemade baby wipes, which I'll do one day. And we added Pretty for Pennies. So Dining on a Dime is Not Just Beans, it's the same book, but we added Pretty for Pennies and our cleaning scents and 40 more cooking recipes. So there are 1,200 recipes and tips in Dining on a Dime all together. So if you have Not Just Beans, you may want to get an updated copy because there is more content in there.
I think that's about it, except they're loving your soap book idea.
Oh no, now I gotta write a soapy book. I gotta sell my soap first, guys. I gotta sell all this soap because Mike's like, okay, we gotta get some cleared out here.
Smells like celestial seasonings in the basement.
It smells like celestial seasonings in the basement, that's for sure. But it smells so good. So you're getting a good deal if you do my $20 in the flat freight. That's actually a half price of what a full bar would be. That's half price of what I normally charge. So you're getting a really good deal. We will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna make soap, but I don't know what time for sure. And then 4:30 on Wednesday, and then 6 p.m. on Saturday, we're with the Homestead Network live on YouTube. And we will see all of you guys. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you guys always staying with us and supporting us and cheering us on. We need cheering on. So anyway, all right. We'll see you guys later. Go enjoy your pickles.
Keep your lovely smile, dear.
Can I smell my soap?
Yep.
Oh, this is my favorite one, grapefruit. Oh, yum.